Hey everyone, I'm Marina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here for a shop update preview. The shop update will be this Friday, June 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I am going to have a ton of yarn and other things. I'm so excited. So let's get started. Before I jump into all of the new goodies that I'll have in the shop, I do want to remind you that I have advent calendars for sale. They are a pre-order and will be shipped later this year. I do have about a third left of what I plan to make. So if you have been waiting to get one, I definitely would get one now. I've noticed that there's a little bit of lull in the summer, but then once the end of the summer hits, everyone wants an advent calendar. I think that everyone realizes that fall is coming and you start thinking towards the holidays, and it's just, back in May, you're not going to want an advent calendar maybe, but then as we get later in the summer, I think that in my experience, everyone seems to want an advent calendar. So if you've been on the fence about getting one, definitely check it out. It is such a fun theme this year. It's Pineapple Coast and it has all these beautiful colors. I cannot wait to put all this together. It is going to be fabulous. I'm so excited. I also have July clubs up for grabs in my shop right now. They are all pre-orders and will ship around July 11th, and I have 3 different clubs. The first one is a fiber club, which is for all of you hand spinners out there. It is mystery colors and it is your choice of either non-superwash or a superwash merino nylon blend fiber. And I love putting this together every month. The non-superwash especially is so fun because it acts as kind of like a fiber sampler. You can try all of these different really great fibers that I source from all over really. And it's so fun to put together every month. So I hope you enjoy it too. The next club is my mini mystery club, and these are so fun. You receive 3 mini skeins in a pack every month, and it's your choice of a fingering weight or a DK weight. They are both 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, so they're fabulous for doing scrappy socks or garments or hard-wearing accessories because you do have that superwash and nylon component. I am using mine every month in a DK weight to crochet a granny stripe blanket, and it has been so fun so far. My last club is certainly a popular one. This is my Sun Club, which is a bold and bright neon club. Every month I do a mood board and I take these colors and I dye up just these beautiful, fabulous, bright, bold skeins of yarn. And you have your choice of all kinds of bases, so it's so fun. Like if you like this mood board this month, you might want a sweater quantity to maybe do a summery tee, or maybe just to remind you of summer in the winter when you're wearing sweaters. So it is certainly a fun club, and I hope you enjoy it too. So enough about clubs, enough about advent calendars. Let's get started with the preview. The first item I am so excited to share with you is a new knitting kit. Now I call these knitting kits, maybe it's a bit of a misnomer because you don't have to be a knitter to use these. And I have them underneath a pile of fabric for the next ones. So these are the project bags that will be included in the kits this month. There will be 2 different sizes. This is what I call my medium size. I don't consider it a small size because it really does handle 2 skeins of yarn, in my experience, fairly well. So this is the medium size, and then you also have your choice of a large size of a project bag, and you can see how big it is compared to me. It's very big. Both of these have box bottoms on the bottom, so these expand once you open them up and put yarn into them. They both have a zipper top, and I love this on all of my project bags that I make here in the shop. I include a little pineapple enamel charm to adorn the zipper pull, and I just think it's so fun. I also put a little tab on the side. So these are really great functional project bags, and I love sewing them and choosing the fabrics and making these kits. This month I'm so excited about the lining because not only does this it just screams summer. So I named it Summertime Vibes. I love it so much. But these have all different drinks on it, and I will give you a close-up here in a minute. I really wanted you to see the scale of these bags compared to me, just so you know how big they are. And of course, on my site, there's measurements and more details if you are interested when I put these up on Friday. But the lining is so fun. I definitely will give you a close-up of this as well in a minute, but this is so cute. It's these little red and white striped beach umbrellas. And so one of my favorite color combinations is light blue and red, and I just thought that this was so pretty together and so beachy and fun and summery. So I think these are so great. This definitely will hold a sweater quantity's worth of yarn, so I call this my large project bag. So that's really fun for those large projects. And then of course, this medium size is just the perfect bag for knitting socks, knitting smaller accessories. Right now I'm using this size of bag to knit some fingerless mitts. And so I have a cake of yarn and I have a couple fingerless mitts and a pair of scissors and those kinds of things in this size of bag. Another thing I love to do about this, or do with this, is because this has some fairly, I wouldn't call it stiff interfacing, but it's flexible, but it's a heavyweight interfacing. One thing I love to do is actually kind of turn this inside out and make like a cuff at the top and open up the bottom, because this one has a box bottom as well. And then it can sit flat like this on a table or on the floor, and you can put your cake of yarn in here and then knit just from this, almost like a yarn bowl functions. So this is really handy as well. These are just fun. You obviously don't have to use them for knitting or crochet. These are so great for all different kinds of things. They're great for cosmetics. They're great for, if you carry like a large purse or a large tote bag. These are really fun just to keep some other items with you. So if you have like some hand lotion or some lip balm, things like that, this would also be a great bag to just throw into your tote and just kind of wrangle all of those little items. So those are the project bags, and let's check out all the other goodies that come in the kit. Okay, so I am back here to give you a close-up of these gorgeous project bags, and they are just so cute. So here is what the cute pattern is. You can probably see all those. These are just so cute. All these little summery drinks. Got little tiny strawberries on the side there of that lemonade, and they're just so pretty. All these cute summery themes. And so I called this bag Summertime Vibes because I just think it's so cute, and it made me so excited for summer when I purchased this fabric. And yeah, so I hope you love it as much as I do. I just think it's so cute. Of course, like I just talked about, I will have these adorable little pineapples. If I can get a close-up here, I'll have those cute little pineapples on each zipper, and so those are just so cute and fun. And then inside every bag is this adorable cotton fabric. So all of my bags are 100% cotton fabric, so they are just really great, durable bags. But how cute are these little beach umbrellas? I just think those are so fun, and they really bring out the light blue on these kits. I love the blue. And then of course, you know, you have the little pops of red, which is so much fun. And then of course, in your kit, we can't forget the yarn. So I really wanted to bring out the yellows in this bag and the oranges. And so I dyed up this yarn, and I think it's so, so fun. So in these skeins, you have this clear blue, and I did that blue to evoke the light blue on the outside of the bags. But then you have just these fabulous pops of a neon coral and neon yellow. But then I also toned it down because this bag doesn't have, it's not completely neon. It has a lot of, it does have a lot of yellows and bright colors, but it also has a lot of like deeper greens and minty greens. So I did add, if you can see, kind of like this kind of sage green, I guess. And then I did add, let's see here, like right here, I added this really beautiful kind of a peachy blush color, which coordinates with some of the other softer colors in this print. And then I added some really gorgeous speckles. I'm so excited about these. So right here you've got this, it's just a really pretty kind of a turquoise, bright green speckle. And then I'm sure you can see throughout these skeins, I did add a red speckle because there is quite a bit of red in this bag, and I wanted, even though I didn't, I could have put red actually in the skein itself, you know, like dyed pieces of it red, but I really wanted to keep this light and bright and summery, and so I just added this this red speckle, which I think gives it some depth, and I love it. I love that contrast. So this is the yarn. You will get one skein of this for each in each kit, and this is a my Lonnie sock base. It is a fingering weight. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's 100 grams. So you get a full skein of that in your kit. And then besides this full skein, besides this project bag, you will also receive a gorgeous progress keeper or stitch marker. You can use it either way. It is a gorgeous handmade polymer clay charm, and my daughter actually has been making the charms for my knitting kits, which is just awesome. I'm so happy she is doing this for me. She has a little shop on Etsy where she sells some of her beautiful jewelry and charms. I will link it below in case you're interested in seeing some of her other handicrafts. But she made these for me, and I cannot tell you how much I love them. I think they're so cute and summery. I think it really brings out some of the more I guess like the secondary colors of this bag, and I love the lever back clasp on them. So these are very easy to open and close because they're so large. Sometimes you use those, you have those lobster clasps, and they are, I think they're very difficult to open and close. And then you can't use them as a stitch marker either. But with these lever back clasps, these are fabulous because they're so large, they're easy to handle, and you can use them either for a progress keeper or a stitch marker. So that is the Summertime Vibes kit, and I hope you are so excited about them. I enjoyed every minute of creating these kits. I really did. I just absolutely love making these kits, and I hope you enjoy them too. This is something a little different, and I hope that you find them useful and enjoy them. But I have stocked some new hand cream, and I am so hard on my hands. I have to tell you, I am really horrible with my hands. I garden, and obviously I knit and I spin, and I do these, you know, other things. I'm constantly using my hands. And so I always need hand cream. And so when I saw that Soak, who I also carry in the shop, I carry their Soak wash. When I saw that they had hand cream, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give this a try and see how it is. And I'm not kidding when I tell you I absolutely love it. So these are the scents that I will have in the shop. They're the same as my Soak wash. And so if you enjoy a certain scent of Soak, you might also enjoy these. I do have scentless as well, which is right here. This is great if you're in the market for a hand cream and don't care for the scents, which is great. So as usual, I like the pineapple. This is Pineapple Grove, and I'm just going to show you kind of the consistency of this because I think it's useful. So it is a really nice kind of thicker texture, but it's not like a hand balm, and it's not as thin as like a body lotion. It actually has like a thicker consistency, but it's not greasy, it's not oily, and it really does the trick. I keep this on my desk and I use it all the time, all the time. It really is just so nice. So my scent of choice is Pineapple Grove, but I do like all the other flavors. There's fig, yuzu, lacy, and celebration. I would say as far as scents, these are very clean scents. Soak works really hard to create these hypoallergenic scents, so the maximum number of people can use them and not have allergies. So if you're sensitive to scent, you might want to try these out because Soak does go a long ways to create some really nice scents. And then also just in general, these are very clean scents and they don't linger for a long time, and they're not perfumey. They're very clean and light. So these are the handmade hand creams from Soak, and I will be stocking those. All right, as you can see, next up, I have something that looks familiar, and yes, it is. These are the Seabreeze gradient sets, and this will be my last run of Seabreeze gradient sets because honestly, I am dying this year's advent calendar, and so I really want to focus on that and get it done, but I've had so much demand for these. Amber O'Brien was just really honored me by knitting up last year's advent calendar, which was Seabreeze. It was this theme, and she just released the solstice wrap, and it's just this beautiful pattern that uses my gradient advent calendar from last year, and I was totally honored to for her to use my yarn, and so I decided to dye these up in case you missed out on last year's advent calendar. But I will have these separated into two themes in case you are using them for a different project and you don't need both. So this is my pinks and greens gradient set, that it is your choice of a fingering weight yarn or a DK weight. This new pattern, the solstice wrap, actually uses both, or I should say actually uses either. So it's your choice of a sock weight or a DK weight yarn. So this is the fingering weight, and pink and green is this one. This one is called blue and purple. And as you can see, these two do go together. So if you want to put them together, you can. The solstice wrap calls for a full 24 skein advent calendar, but she is so great with her patterns. She makes them flexible for the most part. You can stop after a certain amount of colors. So this total would be 18 different colors. She does, and even though her pattern calls for 24, you can end it after 18. Or let me show you how cool this is. You can actually start these wherever you want if you put the two sets together. So I'm just going to take a few of these and move it down to the end and then scoot this back. I dyed them so they will just continue from one skein to another. It does not matter where you start. So If you really want to frame out these pinks and purples, you could maybe just put all the blues on one end and then do all the greens on another and do something like that. Or, you know, if you wanted to put all the pinks on the end or purples on the end and do that, and maybe have some of these greens in the middle, you could also do that. So this is just so fun. It's so flexible, and yeah, I'm really excited to bring these back to you. But like I said, this will be the last time that I dye up the Seabreeze gradient sets, for now anyway. I don't want to ever say never, never say never, but I do want to focus on my current advent calendars as well. So again, I will have these in fingering weight and in DK weight. They're both sold separately, so you can add a fabulous tonal if you want. I did talk about this on last month's shop update, so if you're interested in some ideas, you can definitely check that out. But there's so many different colors that go with this. So one of them is Cloud 9. I love Cloud 9 with all of these colors. I think this would be beautiful in stripes. So if you wanted to do stripes with these and then add a tonal, I think that would be really, really fabulous. I also have this color. I have a few skeins of this left. This is called Sea Urchin. It's just a little more gray than my Cloud 9. You can see that it's just a little more muted. This also would just be really beautiful in this set. A little more subdued, I guess, but it's very similar to Cloud 9. I have Oyster, which is a beautiful gray. I think that Oyster would be beautiful if you have a rigid heddle loom or a different type loom and you use these minis as the warp and then used Oyster as the weft, because this Oyster would kind of fade into the background and it would really make this warp pronounced, and it would be a beautiful table runner or scarf or even just a piece of fabric you could cut into and make something fabulous. So Oyster is definitely beautiful. And then I also have, let's see, I'm also restocking Bubblegum. So here is Bubblegum, and it's just a beautiful light and bright pink. As you can tell, it works so well with all of these. So Bubblegum, also a great choice. And let's see, I did pull Bright Mint as well. It's so light and bright. It's really, really pretty. That would be gorgeous. If you want this is just a few, honestly, a few colors that I think look great together. If you ever need color recommendations, please feel free to contact me. I have a contact form on my website, pineappleyarn.com. I am more than happy to work some colors out with you and give you some ideas. So these are the Seabreeze gradient sets, and they will be available in the shop. Okay, I am ready to talk full skeins of yarn. I am super excited. I am running low on yarn, everybody. I'm sure if you've gone to my shop lately, you will have noticed that I've been really low with tonals. I've been low on colorways, and I have been trying to bulk up my work and really get a lot done. And so hopefully I am going to focus on getting the tonals restocked. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, moving on. This is Bubblegum. It's so pretty. I just love this color. It's really, really gorgeous. It is I would say it's a pastel neon pink. I guess that would be the best way to describe it, because it is a neon, but it's not an in-your-face super bright neon. Even my princess color, which is this one, and it's definitely darker than Bubblegum, but even that isn't kind of it is searing. Some people would call this a searing neon, but this is darker. We'll just say that. Princess is more saturated. Bubblegum is light and bright. I love this color. And here it is in my Noe base, which is a lace weight mohair silk. These two look beautiful paired together. As a matter of fact, this base, Noe, would be gorgeous with the Seabreeze set layered over the top. It would be so pretty. So this is Bubblegum, and it's back in stock. My next tonal that I will be restocking is Scallop, and I cannot tell you how much I love this color. I think all of y'all know that I love warm colors. I love warm colors. And I have not had this in stock for quite a while, so I'm so happy to bring it back. I also have it here on my Noe mohair silk base, so you can see the silk core in this yarn really becomes saturated, and I love how those two look together. Again, this would be really beautiful layered over one another. So this is Scallop. It's back in stock. My next colorway I am restocking is Pale Peach, and this is so beautiful. I mean, this is a true tonal. You can see little bits of variation in the colors here, but I just love when I end up dyeing these two together because they both are just gorgeous together. This is definitely kind of a terracotta. It has a little brown in it, but this Pale Peach is truly a very, very light, almost like a peaches and cream type color. It is so beautiful, and I think these two are they're really, really gorgeous together. So yeah, well, love these, love the warm tones, but here's Scallop and Pale Peach back in stock. Next up is Saturn, and Saturn is definitely one of my favorites. This is a true kind of a pale highlighter yellow. That's a good way to describe it. It is so bright and cheerful and fun. Love Saturn so much. So when I dyed up the Summertime Vibes kit and this yarn, all I could think of was, wouldn't this be gorgeous with Saturn? So I couldn't help but put these together. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty together. I really, really like that. I think the Saturn really brings out these bright pops, and all of these other colors would really shine against the Saturn. So anyway, Saturn back in stock. Now that we've gone over the tonals I'll be restocking, I am going to chat a minute about the colorways I will be restocking. So this is called I Heart Beach Glass. It is such a favorite. It's so beautiful. Oh, I just love this so much. So this is just a beautiful combination of this really pretty soft kind of sea glass green, and it fades into kind of a sand color, and then into some of these really beautiful bright and bold pinks and purples. And I love all of the delicate speckles through this too. I just think that this is a beautiful kind of spring and summery colorway, and it's really, really beautiful. So of the tonals that I am restocking this month, I love Pale Peach with this. So that kind of brings out some of those softer tones. I also love Scallop. So it really brings out some of the warm kind of sandy tones with these two tonals. I love it, of course, with Bubblegum. Bubblegum really brings out some of these bright pops of pink. And I do have maybe one, maybe this is the only skein of bright mint in the shop, but it looks so pretty with this. I mean, if you were going to do a 3-color project that was bright mint, I Heart Beach Glass, and Bubblegum, wow, I mean, that is just beautiful. Of course, if you wanted to really amp up the pinks, you could substitute that bright mint with Princess, and so right there you've got those 2 beautiful shades of pink. And then if you really wanted to get crazy with the pink, you could add in pink hibiscus. And again, I think this is the only skein I have in the shop, and it really brings out some of these deeper pink tones, and it is so fun. I love these colors together so much. This would just be gorgeous. And actually these 2 colors are the colors that I knit my Good Vibes shawl, and that was just so fun. Those were so beautiful together. So I Heart Beach Glass is back in stock. Next up is, I am really into this color. This is Seagull Attack. And when I dyed this up, this happens sometimes when I dye up colors that, it's just a restock. It's not a new colorway. I've dyed it many times before, but I dyed them up and I am so excited because they're all just so beautiful and fun, and these colors are just so vibrant. You have this beautiful kind of neon cantaloupe color, some of these deeper tones, and I had these sitting side by side with I Heart Beach Glass in as I skeined them up, and I thought these worked really well together actually, because you have a lot of similar tones. These are warm, you have some other pops of colors, but I thought these looked really pretty together. I love this colorway. So one color, let's look at tonals that would go well. One color I think is beautiful is Scallop. It really brings out some of the warmer tones, and it does make it makes the neons pop because this is more of a subtle tone. It has some more browns in it. Of course, you could add pale peach to that as well. Another color that looks fabulous is pink hibiscus. Again, I'm so sorry that my tonals are thin, slim in this shop. I really, like I said, I really need to work on adding these to the shop because y'all want to buy them, and I want you to have so many choices to choose from when you are putting color combinations together. But these look pretty. This is Coral Conch, Seagull Attack, and Princess. Those look fabulous together. I think those are great. And then of course here is Bubblegum, and that's really pretty too. As a matter of fact, if you put this Bubblegum with it, because it's more of a cool pink, it really brings out the warm tones in this, and I think those two look so beautiful together. I really love that. So Seagull Attack back in stock. And I should mention, with all of my colorways that I am putting into the shop, when I say it's back in stock, I have a few bases that I normally carry. So I have my fingering weight, which is Lonnie Sock. It is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I also have Lonnie DK, which is the same blend, a 75-25 blend, but it's in a DK weight. And for my tonals, I do have the Noe mohair silk, which is a lace weight mohair silk. It's fabulous for layering. It also looks great held double with another skein of this. It's a beautiful layering yarn. And then I also have Gold Nani Twist, which is a 2-ply fingering weight yarn, and it has gold stellina, so which is a gold sparkle. Let's see if you can get a glimpse of that sparkle. It's really pretty. It's a fingering weight, so it is very versatile. So those are the bases that I carry in various tonals and colorways. I am also restocking Atlantic Dreams, and I named this after the Atlantic Ocean, so which is the ocean I currently live by, and I also have its twin, which is Pacific Dreams, and I do have that in the shop right now. I just checked and I have quite a few of those, so the Pacific Dreams are in stock, but this is Atlantic Dreams. I have not had this in stock for a while, and it's beautiful. It has these beautiful kind of like deep blue ocean tones, this beautiful deep green, and of course neon pinks with lots of speckles and lots of varying light and deep tones. And that's one thing I love about my yarn is I use a lot of resist techniques. So with some colorways you are going to get some resists, and with my light colors, all that means is that basically the dye isn't able to strike or adhere to the yarn as quickly, and that's how I get a lot of these light tones. And I do that intentionally, actually, because I think it gives some interest to your knitting and to your crocheting. So the colorways that I think are beautiful with this are Princess, of course. That is definitely a neutral in my shop because it goes well with basically all of my colorways. You could also put Bubblegum with it if you really wanted to go with the pinks. I have maybe two skeins of this in the shop. This is called Green Stars, and it really brings out the green in this, and I think that those are just super classic, pink and green, really beautiful together. So those would be beautiful in a 3 skein shawl, and I love those. Those are really pretty. So anyway, Atlantic Dreams back in stock. I have a couple more colorways to share with you. This one is called Seaprise, and it is so beautiful. I love these colors together. You have this really pretty kind of light orchid purple with a really pretty aqua kind of oceany turquoise, and then going into a just a gorgeous neon green, I would say. Definitely a yellow green. And then of course like a ton of speckles all over it. So beautiful. I just love these colors together. So one of the colors that goes great with this is this bright mint. It really brings out some of the green tones. If you had glowworm in your shop, in your stash, that also would look so beautiful with this. Heliotrope would look really pretty. Any kind of purples, so Cloud 9 was just beautiful with this. So if you did Cloud 9 and Bright Mint together, those would be gorgeous. I love those together. Again, Clearwater, if you had it in your stash, it would look beautiful. I wish so much that I could just dye and dye and dye yarn and have a full shop, but that is just not the way life goes. So I'm working as hard as I can to get restocked, and I will show you all the things, all the colors that go well with these colorways. But if you wanted to pair Bubblegum and Cloud 9 together, oh, it's just so pretty. I love it. Okay, I could go on and on, but I'm gonna stop there. That's Seaprise back in stock. The last colorway I'm excited to share with you is Endless Summer. And I love this colorway. This is this is a really speckled colorway, and to me it's almost a little grungy, and this is probably as grungy as I'll ever get with some of my yarn, but I do have some deeper gray tones in there. I have pops of bright, but I named this when I was in Honolulu one time doing something, and Honolulu really is a city, and so if you have never been there, you might think Hawaii is all very tropical, kind of resorty, and it's not. Honolulu is a bona fide city. So I was in Honolulu and I was kind of inspired by this. It looks very city to me, but then you also have just the really beautiful pops of neon, and I just think it's so beautiful. So this looks great with so many different colors, because there are a lot of colors in this colorway. And actually you could put several colorways together that we talked about, like Seaprise looks awesome with it. But as far as tonals go, I love Cloud 9. So here's Cloud 9 and Bubblegum together. Those look pretty. You could also put Princess with it, and I think I like Princess better. It just has that intensity that Endless Summer has as well. If you wanted to go more with like the grays, you could put Oyster with it, and I love this together. Actually, you know what would look really pretty is if you use this as stripes, or maybe you put this with Oyster as the focus in some color work. That would be really pretty. You could also use Sea Urchin. Sea Urchin is kind of a purple, but it's more gray, so if you really wanted this to pop, you could do that. So I love this. The Endless Summer is one of my oldest colorways that I still carry, that I'm still dyeing, and I've really loved this bright, bold colorway. So Endless Summer will be back in stock. And that is it. That is it for all of the tonals and colorways I will be carrying. Again, my shop update will be this Friday, June 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I always have my updates at 8 p.m. on Fridays. I've been doing them once a month near the end of the month. I always announce it here on YouTube. I always post it on my Instagram stories, and then I also have a newsletter. So if you go to my website, pineappleyarn.com, you will see a bar at the top of the page. You can sign up for my newsletter there, and usually about once a month I send you some info with all the photos of everything going into the shop, along with the date and time of the next update. So it's really handy to have, especially if you don't want to miss an update. So that's it for me this week. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this episode, I'd love if you'd give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I will see you in a few days with another episode of what I've been working on, and keep an eye out on my channel for regular updates of all of my different goings on. So have a great time crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.